Hey everybody, I'm PJ, and this is my NES Bionic Commando 90% speedrun in 1356 by RTA timing. It's 1349 or so by STA timing. This is the first sub-14 run of Bionic Commando ever, and by far my best completed run. Best completed speedrun just in general. This run's really incredible. And I'm super thrilled with it. So to put things into perspective, this run has, I believe, only 3 visible mistakes, totaling 4 seconds. The entire run is 7 seconds off of my sum of best, which is unbelievable. But this has been a bit of a roller coaster, and I'm not going to go too much into the actual route and storyline and stuff like that, because I've covered it in a number of other videos, and if you're interested, you could watch those or ask. But this run, I had a run that I was happy with, and then another Bionic Commando speedrunner by the name of Paku, he found a barrier skip in Area 12, which saves over a minute. It saves about 70 seconds. And that prompted me to return to this game, and it gave me some fresh competition and some motivation. But I never enjoyed this category, because this category has an awful component to the map navigation, and that is there's a 63% chance that you get into 2 extra truck encounters. Each truck encounter is 18 seconds, so if that happens to you, the run is just completely over, and that's that. There's no recovering from it, and you don't find out until after the first 10 movements on the map, which is after 1 neutral zone and 3 full stages. Essentially, out of those 10 movements, there's a 50% chance that a truck will move for 1 extra frame, and you need total for the trucks to move for 6 extra frames. So in the first 10 movements, you have to win 6 coin flips. So it turns out probability can be excessively cruel, and I've had stretches of 100 attempts without getting the truck skip a single time. I've lost an 80% success rate roll 5 times in a row. I've had just some atrocious, heartbreaking luck that has completely killed my motivation on a number of different times. So I've been trying to improve this run for about 5 months, and I just had been getting consistently blocked by truck luck, and it was just horrible to deal with. So this run was actually done on the same day that I got my 2043 100% PB, and I figured I was just playing so well, I wanted to do a few any percent runs, and about an hour and a half later, I came up with this thing. And I'm absolutely done with this category until something major is found. But I highly doubt that's gonna happen. So in this run, I should double check, but I think this run had 4 gold splits out of the 8 stages that we played. So this stage was gold. This stage was absolutely unbelievable. Area 6 is one of the more fun stages to play. Area 3, the previous stage, is also an incredibly fun stage, but both of them are ridiculously unforgiving. A single mistake in this stage just outright kills you, so that's always nice. But yeah, they're really fun to play. There's just so much manipulation going on, so many of these global timers that you have to hit, so many cycle-based skips. It's just really tough. But yeah, this round just absolutely clobbered it. So the first 3 stages, that's Area 5, Area 3, and Area 6, I think I lost 1 second total to my gold splits. And that's just completely unheard of. So these 3 stages are the stages that we have to complete for storyline purposes. Area 5 gives us the rocket launcher, which lets us play Area 6. Area 6 gives us the permit, which lets us enter Area 14. which gives us the communicator to pass to Area 8. And then Area 3 we have to complete just because there's an internal check for it. I'm assuming for storyline purposes. But yeah, this is the movement here from 6 to 8. This is the truck skip. So this truck is going to go down to Area 19 and meet us at 8. If we get the luck, he'll arrive 1 pixel before we do. So, nailed it. So Area 9 in this run has the biggest mistake in the run, and the most visible mistake in the run. When I did the super aggressive reroute this year, I changed to Area 9, and this path here relies on a frame-perfect back hop, and I missed it by 1 frame. And that back hop meant that I had to wait for that bullet, and that's pretty much it. And then as a result of having to wait for the bullet, the mine carts were in an inconvenient spot, and I wasn't able to do the fast strat. So that cost, I think that was 2.5 seconds slower than my best ever performance in this stage, and about 1 second slower than average. But yeah, that's what happens when you rely on a frame perfect back hop as part of the route and not just a bonus. There are dozens and dozens of back hops and what I call quick pulls, which I won't really get into. Now maybe I will, because there are a bunch in Area 7. But there are a bunch of them scattered out throughout the run, and they're all just a bonus. You know, you go for them, and if you get them, you save 0.2 to 0.5 seconds in each instance. But that's the only one that I absolutely rely on. So yeah, essentially a back hop, if you cancel your swing on the first frame that you swing, you go backwards instead of forwards. A quick pull is on a vertical grapple. You'll see these first 2 I think I get. I think I get all 3 in this stage, actually. Nope, missed that one. I get this one. And then I get the one here by the helicopter. It skips the entire reeling in animation. So you just instantly appear on the very next frame on top of the platform. So, in each of the instances where you get those, they can save, again, like between 0.2 and 0.5 seconds. Each of them in Area 7 saves half a second, because they're such long grapples. So Area 7 is the only stage where we use the 3-way. That's the weapon that we got from Area 9. Yeah, it's just an absolutely atrocious weapon, but we need it to break down the barrier at the beginning of the stage, and it's faster to just complete the stage with the 3-way than to break the barrier and exit and re-enter with the rocket launcher. It's just, I think it's faster by 4 seconds to keep the 3-way equipped. So now we're coming up into the last 3 stages of the run, and the very next stage is what I think is the hardest stage in the game. It's really brutal to play casually. At least I thought it was. But in a speedrun, it's much, much, much worse. So Area 10 is just 1 screen, and there's a platform about a little past halfway through that starts moving once the screen loads, and we need it to be in an exact location when we get there. So we have to have pretty particular pace throughout the entire stage, especially with the new route. So this pace in this stage is the fastest that I've ever had getting to the platform. It's faster even than my IL, my individual level speedrun of this stage. I get a quick pull. I think I get all 3 quick pulls that I went for. I think I get this one too. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so my pace here is incredibly good, and normally you're intended to ride on that platform to crouch underneath that spike. But if your positioning with the grapple is exact, you can swing underneath the spike and get to the other side safely. But the next level strat is to not only skip the platform, but grab on it, at an exact height on the spike platform so that you can swing and grab the ceiling. And the ceiling swing saves like 1.5 seconds over just walking it. So the whole stage itself, when you piece all of it together, all of the quick pulls, the laser skips at the beginning, the wall clips, getting the right pixel for the spike grapple to grab the ceiling, the cancel after the spike swing, or the ceiling swing, is just insanely hard to do. So to get it in a run is unbelievable, and to get it with that amount of time savings in a run is unheard of. That is by far the best area 10 I've ever had. So at this point, I was pretty much flipping out. I missed a grapple here. I thought I was on the right pixel. It was one pixel too far. So that is the one of the other mistakes in this run. Just whiffing the grapple. I thought I was lined up. I wasn't. The good news is that I mentioned this in the 100% commentary. If you're too fast getting through this stage, these lasers give you a bad cycle. So I don't actually think that whiffing the grapple cost me any time total, because the lasers were pretty much optimal there. And if I was a little bit earlier, then the laser would have hit me backwards. Alright, now coming up is Area 12. This is the stage with the barrier skips, which is what prompted my return to this game. This stage got absolutely murdered. I think I got both all three elevator skips on the first try, and both barrier skips on the first try. So our goal here is to take damage from the barrier on the same frame that we take damage from another source. So in this screen we took damage from a grapple soldier on the same frame as the barrier, and here we're going to use a bullet. So that was unbelievable. It's really easy to miss an elevator skip and then get frustrated and overthink your positioning. And when you miss an elevator skip, then the position of the elevator is screwed up, and it makes it hard on subsequent attempts to actually get the clip. So, I mean, I can count on one hand the number of runs that I've gotten that have had in Area 12 like that. I think really just my previous any percent PB, this one, and my current 100% world record are the only three that have had a good Area 12. So, it's exceptionally rare for it to go that well. So at this point, my hands were shaking, I was nervous, I wasn't talking, because we still have the Albatross Zero cycle, and this is worth about 6 seconds, so if I miss it, then the PB is dead. But I got this, too. And again, you can tell from like the sound of the mashing that it was inconsistent. I had I think I fired 3 shots, and then my thumb slipped off the B button, and then, and then I fired the rest of them. Yeah, and then of course after defeating the Albatross we have this. So we have to shoot Master D, he escaped. We have to shoot the cockpit here, and if you miss the cockpit shot, the helicopter kills you when the run is over. I mean, you can continue, but from a time perspective the run is over. We also get the most important trick of the game here. If you do a crouch grapple right before this cutscene appears, the grapple disconnecting will interrupt this cutscene, and it allows you to move. Perfect. And now the escape. So ordinarily you would have health here because you wouldn't be damage boosting off the barriers, and you would damage boost off this guy, Groder. Instead we have to do this escape. There's a 2-pixel window here that's safe, and I managed to get it with absolutely no setup time, which is really remarkable. And away we go. We don't actually have to fully escape, we can just disconnect from this platform. And a high 45 is pretty much the best you can hope for on an escape. 46 is possible, but you have to take some risks. So, yeah, this run got stomped. I missed one grapple, that one whiff in Area 11, the vertical grapple that just completely whiffed the platform. I missed the frame-perfect back hop in Area 9, and then my neutral zone movement wasn't absolutely optimal, and otherwise everything was perfect. Yeah, I think in every stage I got 60% or higher of the back hops and quick pulls that I was aiming for. So, all I wanted was a 13. 1356 is unbelievable. I think this is 6 seconds off my sum of best. I think 6 or 7, which is just far beyond what I ever hoped for this category. And I really have to thank Paku again for finding the barrier skip, first of all, which prompted my return to this, and also for really putting the pressure on me, because he's been grinding like crazy, and he's been putting in a lot of work and doing really well. And in the 5 years that I've been running this game, I have had the record every single day except for one, and that is the day that he beat my PB with the barrier skip. So yeah, he got a 15:20. He tied, or well, to the second he tied, but it was like 15 frames or something faster than my PB. And the next day I had to grind and improve it. So Paku's been putting in a lot of work. I think his PB as of today is a 14:19, which is incredibly good. And I'm really proud of him, and I'm really grateful for the competition. It's been great. It's been the most competition this game has ever seen, and I'm very grateful. So I sincerely hope you guys enjoyed that run. That's probably the last time I'm ever going to do any percent of this version, and I hope to never improve this run. I'm truly happy with how this turned out. If you want to know more about this game, I'll be recording a tutorial in the future, and you can learn more there. Feel free to ask any questions at any point, and I'll do my best to answer. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed.